Hello friends, welcome back to my channel English Wave. My name is Gurbhesra. I hope you are doing well, and in today's video I am going to discuss passage 3 of reading 3 from Cambridge 1, and the title of the passage is A Workaholic Economy. So let's start the discussion of this passage. So first of all, we will try to understand the type of the question. So question number 27 to 32, we are given some statements and we are supposed to say yes if the statement agree with the views. To say that answer is no, you have to find a supporting statement in the reading passage that says no. Otherwise, to say something no, you have to prove it. And to prove it, you have to find a statement in the passage which says exactly the opposite. On the other hand, if no sufficient proof is present in the reading passage to state a statement either yes or no, you can say it is not given. So let's start with the discussion. First of all, I'll point out some keywords so that we could easily find out the answers in the passage. Let's start this. Question number 27. Today, employees are facing a reduction in working hours. Working hours. We have to find out working hours. 28. Social planners have been consulted about US employment figures. Social planners. This is our keyword. We have to look for this keyword. Social planners. 29. Salaries have not risen significantly since the 1970s. Salaries or wages can be there since 1970s. This is our keyword. 30. The economic recovery create more jobs. Economic recovery. This is our keyword. 31. Balance research shows that part-time employees work more efficiently. So Balin is the name of the scholar here, and we have to search for this keyword. Then 32. Increased leisure time would benefit two career households. Increase leisure time. Two career household. This is our keyword. So we have studied the questions. Let's find it in the passage now. So first of all, let me assign the numbers to the paragraph. Okay, roughly we have 10 paragraphs. So I'll start studying with the first paragraph. For the first century or so of the Industrial Revolution, increased productivity led to decreases in working hours. Working hours was our keyword. Decreases in working hours. Employees who had been putting in 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, found their time on the job shrinking to 10 hours daily, then finally to 8 hours, 5 days a week. If you study the first paragraph for this question, it will allow you to answer it yes, due to these lines. Decreases in working hours. From these lines, you can infer that working hours decrease. But if you study the second paragraph, starting from those who work full time spend as much as time on the job as they did at the end of the World War II. In fact, working hours have increased noticeably. Working hours is also there. Working hours have increased noticeably since 1970. Means from this we should infer the answer that is no. Means working hours have increased, not decreased. So from this our answer would be no. Let's put the answer. 28. Social planners. Continue reading the same paragraph. We have our keyword here. Only a generation ago, social planners worried about what people do with all this newfound free time. In the US, at least, it seems they need not have bothered. The only time the reading passage mentions about the social planner in the first passage. And from these lines, it is not possible to tell whether social planners have been consulted about US employment or not. So this is definitely not given as a result. So our answer would be not given. Let's put. Now if you continue reading the second paragraph, after working hours have increased noticeably since 1970, perhaps because real wages means salaries, we were having the keyword salaries, have stagnated since that year. Salaries have stagnated since that year. Stagnate means stabilize or became inactive. So this clearly hints that salaries have not increased significantly since that year, since 1970. Let's find out which question is it. 29. Salaries have not risen significantly since the 1970s. So our answer would be yes. So I'll put yes here. The economic recovery create more jobs. Let's find out. For this, read the third paragraph. Starting from here, economist Juliet B. Shore of Harvard University. Indeed, the current economic recovery has gained a certain amount of notoriety for its jobless nature. Economic recovery has gained a certain amount of notoriety for its jobless nature. Means economic recovery has the jobless nature. So what was our question? Economic recovery create more jobs. This question is saying opposite of that statement. So our answer would be no. So I'll put no here. 31. Balance research shows that part-time employees work more efficiently. Part-time employees work more efficiently. Let's find out in the passage. For this, read the 8th paragraph. Although the image of the good worker is one of whose life belongs to the company, Balin says it doesn't fit the facts. She cites both quantitative and qualitative studies that show increased productivity for part-time workers. Increased productivity for part-time workers. And also our question is saying that part-time workers work more effectively. So our answer would be yes. Let's put the answer. Part-time employees work more efficiently. Yes. Last question of this type. Increased leisure time would benefit 2 career households. You have to look for 2 career households. Let's find out in the passage. Read the 10th paragraph. Shaw contends, she says the US market for goods has become skewed by the assumption of full-time 2 career households. 2 career households. Automobile makers no longer manufacture cheap models and developers do not build the tiny bungalows that serve the first post-war generation of home buyers. So although last paragraph mentions about 2 career households, but it is mentioned nowhere whether the leisure time would benefit the career households or not. So probably our answer would be not given. Let's put the answer. Let's see the next type of questions. Now we have 2 multiple choice questions. 33. Balin argues that it is better for the company to employ more workers because option A, it is easy to make excess staff redundant. Redundant means state of laying off the employees from work or make them free from the work. Option B, crisis occur if you are understaffed. C, people are available to substitute for absent staff. They can project a positive image at work. Let's find out in the passage. Let's study the 8th paragraph. Opinion of Balin is mentioned in this paragraph. Companies that employ more workers for less time also gain from the resulting redundancy. She asserts the extra people can cover the contingencies. Contingency means work that is kept reserved for the future, such as when crises take people away from the workplace. Positive experiences with the reduced hours have begun to change the more is better culture at some companies. Shaw reports. So what is the whole idea of this passage? That when crises take people away from the workplace, means in the time of crisis, most of the people are unable to reach their workstations. So that time, people will be available to substitute for the absent employees. Let's find out in the options. It is easy to make excess staff redundant. This is not mentioned in the passage. B. Crises occur if you are understaffed. Crisis word is used, but not in that sense it is used in the passage. People are available to substitute for absent staff. Yes, this is our answer. People are available to substitute for absent staff. So our answer would be C. So I'll put C here. Question 34. Shaw thinks it will be difficult for workers in the US to reduce their working hours because option A, they would not be able to afford cars or homes. Employers are offering high incomes for long hours. The future is dependent on technological advances. They do not wish to return to humble post-war era. Let's find out in the passage. For this, study the last paragraph, which reflects the viewpoint of the Shaw. So start studying from here. US market for goods has become skewed by the assumption of full-time two-career households. Automobile makers no longer manufacture cheap models, and developers do not build the tiny bungalows that served the first post-war generation of home buyers. Not even the humblest household object is made without a microprocessor. As Shaw notes, the situation is a curious inversion of the appropriate technology vision that designers have had for developing countries. US goods are appropriate only for high incomes and long hours, means full-time workers. So clearly she wants to convey in this passage that automobile makers do not make cheap models and developers do not build tiny bungalows. All household objects are based on high technology such as microprocessors, means these goods need long hours for manufacturing and also high incomes to afford them. Let's find out the answer. Yes, A is our answer. They would not be able to afford cars or homes if they will not work for long hours, if they will reduce their working hours. So this is our answer. So I'll put A here. Let's move to the next type of question. Question 35 to 38. The writer mentions a number of factors that have resulted in employees working longer hours. The employees who are working longer hours, the writer is talking about. Right, 4 of the following factors are mentioned. And one important thing I want to mention here, we have to find 4 factors as the root cause of the longer working hours, not the result of these working hours. Write your answer A to H in the boxes. A. Books are available to help employees cope with stress. B. Extra work is offered to existing employees. Then C. Increased production has led to joblessness. Benefits and hours spent on the job are not linked. Overworked employees require longer to do their work. Longer hours indicate greater commitment to the firm. Managers estimate staff productivity in terms of hours worked. Employees value a career more than a family. Let's find out in the passage. Books are available to help employees cope with stress. For this question, read the last line of the second paragraph. Bookstores now abound with manuals describing how to manage time and cope with stress. Means plenty of books are there to cope with stress, and this is not the reason for people to work more hours. So that's why this is not our answer. So I'll cross it. Extra work is offered to existing employees. This is definitely the reason for the working longer hours. Obviously, if anyone is having extra work, he has to work for longer hours to finish it. So this will be definitely our answer. So I'll put B here. Option C, increased production has led to joblessness. This option is not our answer, as it is not related to creating extra working hours for employees. So I'll strike through it. Option D, benefits and hours spent on a job are not linked. For this, read the fourth paragraph. Starting from here, quits in the way salaries and benefits are organized that make it more profitable to ask 40 employees to labor an extra hour each than to hire one more worker to do the same 40-hour job. Quirk in this sentence means idiosyncrasy or peculiarity. Peculiarity means some unusual thing. So this sentence makes it clear that people need to work more hours because benefits and duration worked by an employee are not related to current job industry, and this has increased employees' working hours. So this is a correct answer also. Let's put the answer. So D is also our answer. E. Overworked employees require longer to do their work. So there is no clue related to this time that overworked employees need to sit for longer hours to do their work, to finish their work. So this is not our answer. Option F. Longer hours indicate greater commitment to the firm. So for this, read the seventh paragraph. People who work reduced hours pay a huge penalty in career terms. Shaw maintains it is taken as a negative signal about their commitment to the firm. Means, writer wants to say here that if any employees work for reduced hours, it casts an adverse effect on their career. So this is also an answer. So I'll put F here. G. Managers estimate staff productivity in terms of hours worked. So for this, read the seventh paragraph. Starting from many corporate managers. Many corporate managers find it difficult to measure the contribution of their underlings to a firm's well-being, so they use the number of hours worked as a proxy for output. So employees know this, she says, and they adjust their behavior accordingly. These statements give a clear indication that people have to work hard, because many managers calculate the output of an employee by the number of hours he works. So this is definitely a reason for people need to work extra hours. So let's put the answer. So I'll put G here. So option H, employees value a career more than a family. This is not even mentioned in this passage. This cannot be taken as an answer. So our answer is B, D, F and G. So that's all with this passage. let's discuss some important words from this passage. First word is workaholic. Workaholic means compulsion to do the work, workaholic. Then shrinking. Shrinking means reducing or narrowing. The next word is stagnate. Stagnate means stabilize or becoming inactive. Then cope with. Cope with means to tackle anything. Cope with stress means to tackle the stress. Next word is notoriety. Notoriety means being ill-famous. Means famous for a wrong thing. Famous for a wrong deed. Then quakes. Quakes means something unusual. So that's all with this passage. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, like my videos. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.